yeah. 1, 2, 3, pasa el guaro. Y sin estrés, que caro. Te gustan los chicos malos. Y se te ve que ella es como Jordan. Facilito las anota. Y ella se le ve la nota. Que se mueve como loca. Ella es como Jordan. Facilito las anota. Y ella se le ve la nota. Que se mueve como loca. Yeah. Esa Julieta no necesita su Romeo. A esas caderas todo le creo. Ya está, esta manera de perreo. Bájale al coco porque esto se puso feo. Aquí un paisita con la de Ponce. Ella la mala y apelando el bronce. Yo flow Maluma, tu flow Beyoncé. Pega esto pa' que sientas el roce. Con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de G-Lo, de G-Lo, de G-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaetón, ton, ton, reggaetón, ton, ton. Con su flow, con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de G-Lo, de G-Lo, de G-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaetón, ton, ton, reggaetón, ton, ton. Ella como Jordan, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve la nota, que se mueve como loca. Ella como Jordan, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve la nota, que se mueve como loca. Yo le doy un flow a mi bebé la pupi. Le doy un guarito pa' que deje el tutti frutti. Pa' que no se estrese y solo me va a hacer booty. Izquierda, derecha con su movimiento sutil. Los noquea como lo haya en el ring. Nunca pasa moda como la era de los memes. De toda la peli ella es la mejor sin. Sabe destacar y eso que no usa Supreme. Con su flow, con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de G-Lo, de G-Lo, de G-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaetón, ton, ton, reggaetón, ton, ton. Con su flow, con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de G-Lo, de G-Lo, de G-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaetón, ton, ton, reggaetón, ton, ton. Ella es como Jordan, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve la nota, que se mueve como loca. Ella es como Jordan, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve la nota, que se mueve como loca. Como loca, baby. Presentando pa'
Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. Hit that thumbs up button please, and that subscribe button if you haven't already. And just give me a one in the chat to let me know you can hear me. Took a break yesterday. I knew that I was going to have quite a big day today because I went touring around the Rainbow Mountains here in Georgia. I only thought that there were Rainbow Mountains in Peru and China, but apparently there's Rainbow Mountains here as well, and they're only like an hour outside of Georgia. Sorry, outside of Tbilisi. So something to put on your wish list if you ever come to Tbilisi. Go and visit the Rainbow Mountains. Oh, who do we have reaching a milestone? I think I saw someone's name. We have, let's take a look. Oh, H Knight, who's been a member for 7 months. Amazing. And Kat Harlem, who's been a member for 13 months. Wow. Wait, what? The Kaboom fundraiser has raised 120. No way. The last I checked, it was like 110 or something. Wait, let's have a look here. Maybe I can actually get the link up so I can post it again. Wow. Wait, where did that extra like 20,000 come from? That's insane. Let's have a look. Have there been any like super big donors? because that's quite a big jump. Let's have a look and see if there's been like a massive donor. Thank you so much for pointing that out, Cat Harlem, because I didn't know it had gone all the way up to that. But like I always like to do on the podcast, start with something positive. Yes, I was gonna say we raised 100,000, but it is indeed now 120,000. That is amazing. Do you know what? I'm going down the list of donors. Okay, so there's like 50 here, 50 there, but it's still just like yeah, 50, 15, 25. It's all those small donations that have come in like the last 2 hours. Okay, somebody here donated £100 in honor of Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie. And indeed, yes, this fundraiser was in honor of Lilibet and Archie, and it is Lilibet's birthday today. Happy birthday to little Lily. We did not get a picture, and to be honest with you, I'm glad because you had the British press out here, thirsty as hell. Princess Lilibet turns 2 today. It's not yet clear how the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be celebrating. You're not going to know how they're going to be celebrating. You're not going to know. Camilla Tominey, I'm sure, will come up with a story about how Lily whacked a giant, piggy pinata or some other foolishness. But nobody knows what they're doing, and that's how we like it. There are no leaks from Montecito. But they literally put out a tweet that was the Sussexes have not yet released an official picture to mark the occasion. I mean, so what if they haven't? You are not owed these children. And their parents have stepped down as working roles, so they don't have to feed their children to the wolves. But thank you so much to everyone who has donated and who has been sharing this around. You don't have to have huge donations. It's the little ones that come together that count. And I'm looking at the donations now, just scrolling down the page that have come in the last 4 or 5 hours, and they're averaging from $5 to $50. And that is absolutely incredible. I hope that the news of how much we've raised does reach Harry and Meghan. And again, just the squad showing our power. Now, there was a fundraiser over at over at the Deranger side. Originally, it was meant to be like a fundraiser, and I saw something going around for like Amazon wishlist. Anyway, I wish everybody good luck in their fundraising efforts, and who knows, maybe this will be the moment that the Derangers are actually inspired to give. Can't wait to see your fundraiser numbers, Derangers. Please do share. Right, on to today's Royal Roundup. Edward Enninful. Edward Enninful is now out as Vogue editor. He was having a lot of back and forths with Anna Wintour. I wish Anna Wintour would just leave. My gosh, this woman she doesn't want to go anywhere. I always side eye her for her treatment of Andrea on Tally. He's not completely out though in terms of the fashion editing space. I believe he's going to Condé Nast next. But he did a feature for Charles. I think it was for Times leading up to the coronation, and I was just like, I freaking roll. I roll. And the way it was written as well, it was just like, please don't. How desperate are you for approval, sir? Nobody was asking for that feature, looking for that feature. And even when Meghan did her 40 times 40 project, out of everyone who took part, I think Edward Enninful was the only one that leaked it. So yeah, he's out, at least out from Vogue. And it's just such a shame because that feature that Megan did for Vogue, the Game Changers feature, where she had all the different women that were part of the magazine, that was the highest selling issue of Vogue for what, like ever? Was it of the decade or ever? That was the biggest hit for him, and it just feels like he's been a little bit shady since. Speaking of shade, Ivanka Trump and William. I did not know that Ivanka Trump was at the Jordanian wedding until somebody actually sent this to me. Um, I believe that the Kushners, she's obviously married to Jared Kushner. Um, there are some money links there, and possibly some links with Donald Trump as well. So I'm sure that this was very much a business meeting for them. And the Middletons were there also, which raised some eyebrows. Um, what's interesting about this picture is that William um, seems to be engaging more with Ivanka than with his own wife. Um, I'd love to know what those two are talking about. Like, what would you be talking about? What would William be talking to Ivanka Trump about? And what would Ivanka Trump be talking to William about? Small talk, British talk? Oh, lovely weather we're having. And, there was this picture of Kate doing the rounds. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and this has got to be one of the most, I don't know if striking is the word, striking in terms of just the steeliness of her expression and what she looks like, and the way you actually see her soul when she's not doing that big grin, when the grin is down, because that's how we're so used to seeing her, that big grin, that mask that she puts on. And I look at this and I really just pity this woman, not that she deserves any pity from me, a mere peasant, but I can't feel anything other than pity. You chase a man for 10 years, you give him 3 children, only for him to go wandering through the rose bushes. You destroy the only allies that you could have had. She could have had an amazing ally in Meghan. You destroy your brother in law, who did so much to try and help you adjust to royal life, welcome you into the fold, probably more so than her own husband did. All of that for this. So was it worth it? Was it really worth it? And um, I just hope that if anything, this, serves as an example. It's not worth selling your soul for um crowns and jewels. I mean, she's actually wearing, actually, if I'm not mistaken, is that not Diana's Diana's um what's it called? What crown is that? The love knot crown? Is that not Diana's crown? Is that not the crown that Diana was wearing at her wedding? Can someone please confirm that? Because it looks like the crown of all the crowns she could have worn. Interesting that she chose that one. But what was it worth? And the fact that William is behaving um in the way that he's behaving so publicly, I think to me this just shows that he's made his decision. Um yeah, I mean, pictures say 1,000 words, right? Okay, let's go to your comments before we continue. Mad World. After Anna cut out Andre, Vogue hasn't been the same, especially since the Met Gala. I actually don't think that Vogue has been the same for a very long time. I think that Vogue, they're trying to move more into doing things that make them more current and progressive, but Vogue was always kind of meant to be elitist. And so I think what's happening is what they always were is struggling to match where we are now as a society. Ruth, so Enifal wasn't fired. He's leaving a Brit publication to go to a global position. How is that a bad reflection on Harry and Meghan? No, I didn't say it was a bad reflection on Harry and Meghan. Maybe you misunderstood what I was saying. Lorna, Anna Wintour was jealous because he got Meghan to do an article for the UK Vogue, and Anna cannot get Meghan to come to the Met Gala. I mean, the Met Gala is really not what it used to be. I don't see Meghan never going to the Met Gala. It's just it's become like, I don't know. The Met Gala was meant to be, high couture, like the best of the best, and now it's just like anybody, with an Instagram page can go these days, and the Kardashians. Jean, William is being honest about how he feels. He's done pretending. Apparently so. But it's just it's shocking to witness because it's not even like subtle. It's so bold, like walking right ahead of her, making the impatient gestures, like hurry it up, chop chop. It's like, damn, this man is ready to just throw in the towel immediately. All right, let's get a few comments before we move on to the next thing. Oh, it is a Diana crown, yeah. Interesting choice. Oh, it's a love knot crown. Okay. Okay. If you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button, please. Right, let's move on to the other drama. Phillip Schofield. This man. I did not think that Phillip Schofield could sink any lower. But here we are. And I think that this whole Phillip Schofield situation is really just a reflection of how depraved the entire UK media landscape is. They have deployed a whole operation to defend this groomer across all the morning TV shows, the podcast, the radio. And here we have this so called exclusive. Feels heartbreak, tender moment, devastated Philip Schofield confronts his mum as he gives her the news of this morning's sacking. So there just happened to be a photographer right at the moment that Philip Schofield was telling his mum that he's been sacked. Just right at that moment. And they just happened to be outside on a whole bench with a photographer. Just when you think that these people cannot sink any darn lower, dragging your elderly mother. This is one of those days where I'm like, I can't even believe that I'm reporting on something this ridiculous. Who does this? Who drags their elderly mother into a scandal where they are being accused, allegedly, for the lawyers, of grooming a young teenager? Who does this? Somebody please make this make sense. And yes, the Academy decided to give Philip his flowers for Best Actor in a self-serving documentary for that ridiculous interview. I just can't believe this. Like, I saw this and I actually thought that it was someone having a joke who just photoshopped this. Benjamin, they're trying to soften his image. And you know what? For some people in the British public, this will actually work. I mean, we can sit here and call Philip Schofield sick and twisted and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, there are people in the British public who are going to fall for this. This is a reflection, not only of who Philip Schofield is, but also of how certain quarters, or I'm going to say the tabloid reading public of the UK, think, and how they can be so easily manipulated. And I just also want to say this, because there's been so much rhetoric about, oh, why is everybody piling on? Oh, isn't it enough? Oh, we should just, leave him now. And I tweeted yesterday, am I missing something? Isn't society meant to pile onto groomers who target our impressionable youth? When did calling out someone who abuses their power and status become bullying? Carry on the pile on is called accountability. And I'm not sorry. This expose has only been going on for the best part of 2 weeks? And apparently Philip Schofield can't take it. He can't take it despite what he himself has allegedly done. Rachel Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, did nothing but exist. And she has been bullied relentlessly, abused relentlessly for 7 years. Where are the Jeremy Clarksons calling for Philip Schofield to be paraded naked through the streets and have feces thrown at him? And you want to talk about, why is everybody piling on? Or haven't we piled on enough? Jeremy Clarkson compared Meghan to a serial esser. But now, after only 2 weeks, I'm meant to feel sorry for Philip Schofield? You've got to be crazy. And of all of his defenders, Alison Hammond, you are the most embarrassing. She was on Good Morning Britain crying and wailing, and she's struggling to process all of this. It feels like she's lost a family member. Now Sky News have actually deleted this tweet where they showed her crying. And you know what Alison Hammond is going to get for this? Absolutely nothing. Because here is Holly, and she's going to be co-hosting with Josie Gibson. So they didn't even give her a role. They gave her nothing. All that crying and wailing, and they gave you nothing. And they were never going to give you anything. They were just going to use you. So how does it feel, Alison? What do you even say? Right, last thing I just wanted to end with is Harry. Harry's going up against the big dogs. And just wanted to read, actually, I'll read your comments first, and then we'll go on to just this article that came out from Reuters about Harry's case. Yeah, birds of a feather flock together, Jean. It's the British media. Yeah, Latoya, who does this? Phillip Schofield, apparently. Yeah, it 100% reminds me of Andrew's interview with BBC. Just truly disgraceful. Rosanne said, "Anne, you should have seen what I said on Twitter. I had no mercy. I'm sick of these bullies." Yeah, and that's what they are, bullies. And the bullies aren't liking that they're being held accountable. They're confusing being held accountable for being bullied. Not the same thing. Oh yeah, Church Nelly, she still didn't get the job. Still. Hmm. Embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed. Very embarrassing. Okay, let's just end with this article that I'm gonna just skim over. Yeah, we are due to see Harry. It's gonna be a big day. And listen, as always, as we always have to deal with on these trash rural streets that we walk on, be prepared for the usual nonsense that we see every single time Harry and Meghan are going to step out. You're going to start seeing bullying allegations, probably something about Saudi earrings again. You know, it wasn't a 5 a.m. email that Meghan sent, it was a 3 a.m. email. And that made someone cry. Like, that's what you're going to hear coming up this next week. Just the usual merry-go-round of nonsense. And it's probably going to be even worse than we've ever seen it, because whatever Harry is going to talk about or whatever's going to come out, it seems like they are truly panicking. I am still very much of the belief that what happened in New York was to try and stop Harry, and it didn't work. And him and Meghan have laid pretty low since then. So I hope that Harry can just make it in, do his thing, and get out. And I'll be interested to see if he actually shows up to court with anyone, like any of the other claimants. I think he would make a very bold statement if he actually maybe walked in with like Daniela Taylor's mother or somebody else who's been like really badly affected, members of the public who've been really badly affected by the press, if like they all walked in together, to make it absolutely clear that this isn't just some celebrity show trial. This is about serious press reform. At the heart of this, let's not forget that. This is about possibly opening up the gates for serious press reform against these people on the screen right here. These four billionaires who control the UK news media. Right. Article from the BBC. Next week, Prince Harry will become the most senior royal in modern times to step into the witness box as he sues Mirror Group newspapers over phone hacking. The publisher admits phone hacking once took place at its newspapers, but denies that the Duke of Sussex was ever a target. The judge will examine in minute detail 33 sample stories published in the Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror, and The People, part of 147 that the Duke of Sussex lawyers say were the fruits of illegal news gathering between 1996 and 2010. MGN has told the court that the vast majority of the sample, it can show the story was legitimately sourced. The judge will decide who is right. In the case of 5 stories, however, it's not giving a full alternative account and it is telling Prince Harry to prove it. Also, MGN has admitted that on one occasion in 2004, a private investigator was instructed to unlawfully gather information relating to Prince Harry's conduct in a nightclub, but this incident isn't part of his claim for breach of privacy. Here is a summary of some of the stories that Harry alleges were obtained through hacking. So the earliest allegation to be tested dates from the 16th of September 1996, when the Daily Mirror reported Diana's so sad on Harry's big day. The story revealed the prince's mother had spent just 20 minutes with him on his 12th birthday, which came weeks after his parents' divorce. The Mirror said the young prince was believed to be taking the royal divorce badly. There are other stories about the child prince. The Mirror reported in 2000 that the now 15-year-old Harry was going rock climbing rather than attending a gala pageant for the Queen Mother's birthday. Then it goes on to things like school days, family matters, teenage partying, girlfriends. So I will post that in the chat if you want to go and read that in full. Still no word on Piss Moron. I mean, I guess some of these stories they will allege came out while he was editor, but I feel like there's really something more to Piss Moron's involvement. The way he is panicking and huffing and puffing. Goodness knows what we're gonna find out. Coconut. Piers Morgan is telling people to stop the pylon. Oh my goodness. I mean, what does it say when the only people who can defend you are people like Piers Morgan, Petronella, Jobo's side piece? What does it say about you? That those are the type of people that you have around you, and that's all you have to defend you? Thank you so much, B. Martin, for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Thank you. Oh, you all can probably tell that my voice is croaking and I am withering away. I had a 4-day tour climbing mountains, which ended in a wine tasting. So I am well and truly just gone. I can't even believe that I got the energy to do a podcast this late, but I said, no, I didn't do a podcast yesterday. Let me do one today. So thank you so much for bearing with me and wishing you all a lovely, lovely week. I'm going to end it there and let's dance our way out. All will be well, like I always say, folks, all will be well. Cinderella, the wine was fantastic. Georgian wine is now officially my favorite. I have one bottle, which I finally bought like a bottle, and I'm going to enjoy that for the rest of the month. And I'm going to keep the name of the wine because I absolutely loved it. Gorgeous red, fizzy, kind of plummy berry flavored. Lovely wine here in Georgia. Oh, thank you so much, Sharon Augustine. Love you all as well. Okay, see you tomorrow, everyone. Ciao.
Lonely, yeah. 1, 2, 3, pasa el guaro. Y sin estrés, que es caro. Te gustan los chicos malos. Y se te ve que ella es como Jordan. Facilito las anota. Y ella se le ve la nota. Que se mueve como loca. Ella es como Jordan. Facilito las anota. Y ella se le ve la nota. Que se mueve como loca. Yeah. Esa Julieta no necesita su Romeo. A esas caderas todo le creo. Y esta manera de perreo. Bájale al fuego porque esto se puso feo. Aquí un paisita con la de Ponce. Ella la mala y apelando el bronce. Yo flow Maluma, tu flow Beyoncé. Pega esto pa' que sientas el roce. Con su flow gemelita de G-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no. A perrele reggaeton, ton, reggaeton, ton. Con su flow gemelita de G-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no. A perrele reggaeton, ton, reggaeton, ton. Ella como Jordan, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve la nota, que se mueve como loca. Ella como Jordan, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve las notas, que se mueve como loca. Yeah, yo le doy un flow a mi bebé la pupi. Le doy un guarito pa' que deje el tutti frutti, pa' que no se estrese y solo me va a hacer booty. Izquierda, derecha con su movimiento sutil. Nos noquea como lo haya en el ring. Nunca pasa moda como la era de los memes. De toda la peli ella es la mejor sin. La bebé esta cara y eso que no usa Supreme. Con su flow, con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de J-Lo, de J-Lo, de J-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaeton, ton, ton, reggaeton, ton, ton. Con su flow, con su flow, con su flow. Gemelita de J-Lo, de J-Lo, de J-Lo. Nunca le dice que no, a que no, a que no. A perrele reggaeton, ton, ton, reggaeton, ton, ton. Ella es como Jordan, wow, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve la nota, que se mueve como loca. Ella es como Jordan, facilito las anota. Ella se le ve la nota, que se mueve como loca, baby.